Hello everyone and welcome back to Adventures with Clive. And in the previous episode we did do quite a few battles already within the Moonrise Towers. And so here we are in kind of the main section of the Moonrise Towers. So this is the front door and this is where we did our first battle. So we are now on the point where we can go and confront Kethric Thorm. And he is upstairs. So behind this throne is going to be a staircase. This is the same area that we had to go to find Balthazar's area in this place. There will be a few enemies. I think we could just run in there because it's not going to be that much of a fight. So let's do this quick little battle. I think we should be able to just wipe these guys out.
Need to learn the hard way.
So I did conserve quite a few spells during this fight. I would say feel free to burn as many spells as you can on the Kethric Thorm fight. That's the one you really want to save for. And I am rocking the Elixir of Bloodlust, so that really makes the damage just go wild after you start using those at this level. Yeah, simple enough. She might have something on her. Let's just check real quick. Okay. So this is the door. This will take us up to the Kethric Thorm area, and we already know that he is engaged in combat with the Asimir that we released, so the Night Song. So let's head up there and confront them.
What have you done? What have you done to me?
You were feeding off Night Song for a century, no longer.
How dare you interfere? You are like the digits of a hand. It is for you to act, not to decide. You serve the Absolute. You serve me. Bow, you dog. Bow! The prism. You've had it all this time. You worm. You will bow before me. And if you will not bow, you will break. You.
How good it is to see you again, Kethric. At last you found a godmaster that suits you, it seems.
Halen, the thief. You stole Isabel from me, and now you think you'll take my life in the bargain?
You dare to speak her name? After your crimes innumerable, you would evoke her before me!
Enough! This ends here and now. At last.
He will crumble at the power of your touch. Give him all you have. The gods fight at our side!
The unfortunate part doing it this route where we free her is we actually miss a really good dialogue from Kethric Thorm when we first meet him up here. So it's alright though, we do have a really good ally. This fight is pretty simple. We just kill all the minions first, and then we can take out Kethric. It's a pretty easy fight, at least this one is. So let's just speed through it, and I wouldn't worry about your spells and stuff. We will be able to get those back once we get below.
My lord beckons me. You must return to your prison, and my daughter must be reclaimed.
Your daughter? Isabel.
You will fall as sure as she. This has only begun.
That tentacle was colossal. How can such a thing be possible?
That thing came from below. We need to find out where it took Kethric.
Okay, so the angel's name is Aelin. So Aelin was friends with Isabel. So there's a lot of history between Kethric and Aelin, and they obviously don't like each other. So what we can do now is we can head on down into the pit, and this is where we have to go, is right here. And there's Jaheira waiting. So there's not really anything else up here to do. Might be some other stuff here, but yeah, we could just head down there.
One day I'll catch a break.
Probably want to get just a quick rest just in case.
That helped.
Now, I mean, being level 9 makes a lot of this really easy. I mean, this is probably designed for like level 7-ish, maybe 8. We'd have a lot more spells. He is frightened still. Why is he still frightened? Let me figure out how to get rid of this frighten. Okay, so let's head down below. We'll have to talk to Jaheira first, and Jaheira will just, not really give us any information, but we can just talk to her.
The general will call that a tactical retreat, I'm sure. But you have him on the run. That thing he summoned was Illithid. Follow it below and find him, before he has a chance to subdue the Night Song again.
I can handle this, don't worry.
I don't doubt it. But I'd come with you, if you'll have me.
We have no room for her in our party. Better you stay behind. I'll handle things from here.
As you wish. Good hunting.
Yeah, so that she did say that was Illithid, and so that kind of gives us a clue to what the Absolute actually is. And we get a little save here. So this is the next section.
This is an Illithid colony. This must be where they harvest the tadpoles. We're close to the source of the infections.
I wager that devil I meant to rescue somewhere near.
Your father too, if our fortunes are so kind.
We have to rescue Mizoura. We also have to rescue Zevlar. So there's a decent amount of things we have to do. We cannot leave this area too. We can't sleep or leave. There's no way out until we complete this. But that's fine, because there is a way to regain...
Tread carefully. We are very close to the source of the Absolute now. That telepathic storm has become a tempest.
We are obviously in the Absolute's domain. So there is a way we can recover our spells. So if we just go straight across, like where we started here. Our bird. I'm just going to get rid of the bird. Okay. So that if you go straight across, and then I believe it's through here.
I have to put my hands on everything. Another step forward.
You do get this machine, and this is a restoration machine.
A whole fleet of North
This is actually where we have to go for the final battle,
true souls
but we
have passed through this
need to do
place.
quite a few things before that. So let's do this. And now it acts like we have a long rest, but we don't have a long rest. So we still have our elixirs on us. And yeah, you can see the tentacles and stuff. But we do get all of our spell slots back. So all of our charges are back. We can recast spells and all that stuff. So we could probably just cast aid And I believe aid stays on us. Yeah, so we still have aid. So it's
Oh yeah.
kind of broken a little bit, but it's really nice to have, especially for before the last fight, and especially since you can't leave this area. So that's why I was saying you definitely want to burn as many spells before on the last Kethric fight. So there are a few things we probably want to do. Let me turn this volume down. Okay. That's better. Alright, so let's head up through this way. So we're kind of, we went here. This is where the restoration chamber is. This is where we started at. So just straight east you get to there. And then if you come back up here, we can start in this room. And hopefully this should be a pretty quick fight. We can just stealth as a group. Here we go. These guys you can talk to, they are kind of like an absolute group. They're not going to be open to reasoning, so I just assume wipe them out if you can. Alright, that's one battle down. So these guys have, I don't think they have anything on them really. Just extra experience. There's like a little mini quest with these guys, but I don't think it's worth doing at this point. There's some chests here. We'll have a lot of things to sell once we get into Baldur's Gate. I'm gonna just grab this stuff and then I can head back out to the main area. Alright, so let's head on over to this marker here. This is Zariel's asset, so this is part of Will's quest. And we can just go through this area. Let's start off with Karlach. Let her go first. We don't want to go first with our ranged character. And this is the Tadpoling Center.
Brine pools, but empty of tadpoles. Unusual. Harvesting all the larvae indicates they are getting ready for something big.
Yep, and try to open this up. I think we probably should do it with Will.
Cambion.
Mizoura, you're Zariel's asset.
My dumb little stinker. Took you long enough. Now, by Grazit's cock, get me out of this thing!
I'll do it, and you'll set me free. That was the deal.
Yeah. So, get to it already.
The controls are open to your tadpole's command. To your authority.
You have to decide which one you want to do. One kills her, another one sets her free. If you kill her though, Will die. So just to let you know, like they're linked together. So let's examine the device on the left.
The symbol's meaning comes into focus. Annihilate.
Okay, so we don't want the left one, we want to do the right one.
The symbol means nothing to you.
Okay, we'll just choose the right one because the other one is, kill, so.
You did all right, Will. I'd give your belly a good rub, but never could stand the smell.
You're free, Mizoura. I held up my end, now you hold up yours. Sever the pact.
Clause Z, Section 13. If the Soulbinder consents to separation, she will release the Soul Bearer from all obligation within 6 months.
6 months? Gods damn you!
Ignorant thing. It's always the terms and conditions that get you.
Okay, we could try to get a reward from her. So we can just say, you'd think we'd get a reward for going through all this trouble.
Another one? Well, after jumping through all those hoops, a little treat wouldn't hurt. All that power. And to think you want to throw it away. Now, you've got business in the towers to take care of. Don't you fret. I'll find you soon enough. You're going to need me. Count on it. Oh, and go ahead. Tell your chums how we met. It's a real cracker of a tale. Ta-ta.
Alright, so he gets the Infernal Rapier. So this is actually probably the best rapier you can get. So definitely worth grabbing this if you have someone that can use this. Like Astarian's pretty good with this. And it is a finesse weapon, so you do get bonuses from dexterity. The only problem is that it is a one-handed weapon. Alright, so we can talk with Will and hear more about the story that between him and Mizoura.
Zariel's asset was none other than Mizoura herself. Of course. Tricks on top of tricks on top of tricks. But I've only got 6 months before I'm made a free man. Thanks be to the Triad. No, scratch that. Thanks be to you.
Okay. Mizoura said you can talk about your pact and exile. It's time I know the whole truth.
First, we killed Kethric Thorm. Then, I'll tell you everything you want to know. What else is on your mind?
That's pretty much it. Yeah, we'll get a lot more information out of him in the next act. Okay, that's pretty much it over here. I think there might actually be something in here. Who's got perception?
There's a parasite nearby. You should take a closer look.
Let's try this way.
Alright, so let's go to the next section here. It's just south of where Mizoura is. So in this room right here, there will be a little bit of a fight.
Mind flayers and civilians, side by side. This must be where they infect and transform those they kidnap.
Okay, let's just use this narrow appendage.
Your tadpole forms a telepathic connection with the device, and a chorus of static energy fills your mind. Every mind flayer in the room calls out hungrily from its pod, seeking release and sustenance. But there are others in the pods, those not yet infected, not yet Illithid, terrified, desperate to escape. The device is open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
We can release. Alright, we'll have a fight on our hands. It's going to be pretty much everybody versus the Illithids. So we'll have to try and wipe these guys out as fast as possible. Let's see if we can get Karlach. Yeah, I think these are not as high level either, level 8s. They do have quite a few hit points though. Alright.
Hells. I didn't think I was going to make it. Thank you. The Blade of Frontiers. The savior I needed, if not the one I deserved. I owe you an explanation. Much more than that. But first, please, the others, the ambush. Tell me they survived.
They found refuge, but what happened out there, Zevlor?
You've heard some of it, I'm sure. That I froze, or broke, or some other lie that is kinder than the truth. We were ambushed by cultists, yes. And then I heard her, their false god, whispering promises in my mind. I would be a paladin again, with a god's purpose, a god's power. Everything I needed to protect my people. And all the while, the cult tortured them. They fought and ran and died around me, while I imagined myself their savior. By the time I regained my senses, it was too late. I did not just surrender to the Absolute. For a moment, I welcomed it.
If you wanted power, you never needed a god, only to live up to your ideal.
I fell short of that mark in Avernus, and even so, it was not so bad as this. I won't make excuses. I can't make amends, but I know something of what you came to do. I want to help, if you'll let me. Kethric is below. He thinks you're no longer a menace. Descend and show him how wrong he is. If there are any more survivors to be found, I'll find them and lead them out of this place.
Find your own people, they need you.
They have you. Go, my friend. Please, let me do this much.
Alright, that's Zevlor.
I have something to ask.
I don't know how to thank you. I thought I was done for. This is a bleeding shit show. Half my squad's dead, the other half sporting tentacles. We came here to rescue Duke Ravengard. but we didn't stand a chance.
Did you see the Duke?
Yeah. He was in one of the pods. The cultists took him away. He was still human, and still trying to put up a fight.
Design. Oh, stench. I'm beginning to think I should have stayed in that pod. In there it only smelled like me. Is there any news about Duke Ravengard? Did he get out alive? No. Tell by your expression. Gonna have to fall on my sword, aren't I?
Alright, and so that's kind of the main parts of what we needed to do. There's still one small section we can go and see. So let's probably just head down there. It's like down here. And it's gonna be someone that we found at the very beginning. Alright, actually I'm gonna go and restore my hit points and then I'll head over there. Okay, so let's head this way. And this is just heading south into this area. So in here, yeah, this is the morgue. And there's this person here. It's called Us. And this is the one that we found initially whenever we first got on the Nautiloid.
Friend, you found the helm. We remember you well. You saved us once. Perhaps you can do it again? They are not kind to us here. We are different, they say, aberrant. They wish to repurpose us, destroy what they cannot fix. Please, help us escape harm.
I'll free you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you! You are a good friend. No. More. Rescuer!
Okay. So in order to free him, we can convince, let's see, this guy down here, Chop.
No will sparks behind his eyes. His mind has been hollowed out to better echo the commands of the collective. You could kill it, end its miserable life of enslavement. Surely that would be the humane thing to do. You could take advantage of its vulnerability and plunder what's left of its hollow mind for anything that could serve you.
Alright. About the creature in the cage.
Bad kitty. Sings wrong song. Must fix.
I'll take the creature with me. It won't disrupt the hive mind anymore.
Yes. Yes. Take. Only one song remains. Careful petting. Sticky.
Alright, there's the key. So we're able to free Us.
We are free! Thank you, friend. But perils remain, near and far. Better to stay together. You and us, we will remain with you. Call us, and we will be at your side.
Alright, so we get the item, Summon Us. So that's pretty much the last thing you had to do down here. So that gives us another friend. And I think anybody could summon him. Yeah, I think we can just give him to, probably Karlach. So it's every short rest too, so it's like a little pet. And then we have a lot of stuff here we can grab. It's probably gonna fill up our bags. And then the last, I guess, place to uncover is just down here. So we can just go down here. And there is a few enemies here. These are zombies. So we can probably just get some extra experience. It's really the only benefit of this. Alright. Oh, alright. So we are going to be in trouble here. The best thing to do is probably just to explode this right here. Yeah. So, just extra experience. Just AoE wins against undead. Okay, that is pretty much it for all these mobs in here. We did get quite a bit of XP from these guys. This is like a good way to catch up and get some XP in case you're lacking, so you could level up before the big fight. So what we're going to do is I'm going to probably loot everything in between episodes, but we're going to call this the end. So the next episode we will definitely be fighting Kethric Thorm in his final form, and that might be the end of Act 2, so we'll have to wait and see. But that's going to be it for this episode. We did make it through the entirety of the Moonrise Towers, and we did make it through the underground Illithid Colony. And we did rescue Zevlar and Mizoura. So I think everything in Act 2 is pretty much complete. I think we did get everything as far as quests go done that we wanted to get done. So that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.